A survey of treatments and way of life changes for diabetes. Type 1 diabetes is an immune system sickness that creates when the body crushes the cells in the pancreas that produce insulin. This implies individuals with type 1 diabetes don't make insulin. Without insulin, the body can't control the measure of glucose in the blood. Individuals with type 2 diabetes build up a diminished affectability to insulin, which implies the body doesn't make or use as much insulin as it needs. It is the more normal of the two primary sorts. Is diabetes treatable? If you are watching this video for the first time, please kindly like this video and hit the subscription button, and the bell icon, so that anytime I drop a video like this you will be notified. Thanks. While diabetes is hopeless, an individual can remain abating for quite a while. No remedy for diabetes right now exists, yet the illness can go into abatement. At the point when diabetes goes into reduction, it implies that the body doesn't give any indications of diabetes, in spite of the fact that the illness is actually still present. Specialists have not gone to a last accord on what precisely establishes abatement. However, they all incorporate A1C levels under 6% as a noteworthy factor. A1C levels demonstrate an individual's glucose levels more than 3 months. As per diabetes care, reduction can take various structures. Halfway abatement. When an individual has kept up a blood glucose level lower than that of an individual with diabetes for in any event 1 year without expecting to utilize any diabetes prescription. Complete reduction. When the blood glucose level comes back to typical levels totally outside of the scope of diabetes or prediabetes and remains there for in any event 1 year with no prescriptions. Drawn-out reduction. When complete abatement goes on for at any rate 5 years. Regardless of whether an individual keeps up ordinary glucose levels for a long time, a specialist would in any case believe their diabetes to be going away instead of restored. Accomplishing diabetes abatement can be as straightforward as making changes to an activity routine or diet. Overseeing type 1 diabetes. Type 1 diabetes is an immune system ailment that regularly creates during adolescence. It happens when the body erroneously assaults the beta cells of the pancreas, evacuating their capacity to deliver the insulin that the body needs to utilize blood sugars effectively. Accepting a determination of type 1 diabetes can be overwhelming, yet numerous individuals deal with the condition well, keeping manifestations and serious inconveniences under control. Insulin medicines. Insulin infusions are the most widely recognized treatment for type 1 diabetes. Individuals can self-manage these infusions at home. There are a scope of insulin infusions accessible. They fluctuate as indicated by how rapidly the insulin functions and how long its belongings toward the end in the body. Insulin's point is to emulate how the body produces insulin for the duration of the day corresponding to vitality admission. Insulin medicines work at various velocities. The site for every infusion is basic, as various areas on the body ingest insulin at various velocities. Infusions into the midsection, for instance, convey insulin rapidly. Insulin that arrives at the circulation system by means of the lower back and posterior takes more time to arrive. Overseeing type 2 diabetes. A stimulating, all-around arranged eating routine can enable an individual to oversee diabetes. Right now, it is simpler for an individual to turn around type 2 diabetes than type 1. This is on the grounds that type 2 diabetes isn't an immune system infection and a scope of outside powers and way of life propensities can exacerbate it. While this implies type 2 diabetes is substantially more broad than type 1 diabetes, it likewise implies that an individual with type 2 diabetes can make generally basic way of life and dietary acclimations to bring their glucose levels once again into the typical range. Dietary admission and weight both assume a basic job in the improvement of type 2 diabetes. Accordingly, individuals can turn around the side effects of type 2 diabetes by holding fast to explicit way of life changes that incorporate improving their eating regimen and exercise routine. Overseeing gestational diabetes. Gestational diabetes is a sort that creates during pregnancy and resolves after the introduction of the kid. Numerous diabetes drugs unfavorably cooperate with a creating embryo, so address a specialist about pregnancy-safe options for decreasing glucose and boosting insulin. Individuals with gestational diabetes must control sugar, allow and take part in standard, light exercise. In any case, if this doesn't have the ideal impact, the specialist may recommend insulin to control glucose levels. For more info on how to best cure diabetes, I have left a link below. Also, if you have any questions, please leave a comment and I will respond immediately. Thanks for watching.